All right,
Yeah.
cool, cool, awesome. Okay, so thank you for having me. Thank you for doing
Oh,
this.
thank you.
Let's see what we get. So your question was, will you be a grandmother? Um, according to, there are several things. I'm looking at 3 different charts here. Um, usually it actually builds up to more than that, but this is good. I like your question. It's very specific, so that's a good one. But before I get into actually the actual yes or no question, I'm going to get a little technical here, and also this is for the
Sure.
sake of my channel as well. Um,
Okay.
uh, I'm looking into your children's children. So what I usually do in this case is to, what's the term in astrology? We're reverting the houses so that
Okay.
I'm looking at the house, the fifth house of your child's fifth house, which signifies
Okay.
their children, so your grandchildren. According
Okay.
to this one, there's only one. Technically, there is a possibility. The moon is in transit, will be January the 1st, literally 2026, will be in short transit to one of the asteroids in your chart that is tied to your grandchildren. Um, the moon, it signifies that it could be, yes, because there's a birth. Moon is usually about the birth. However, because it's, even though it's transit, it is more like something that's, well, I guess it could apply because it's not really connected to you per se directly, but also directly. So this one's more like something coming in, like a motherly figure coming in from overseas, something happening there. Um, but it could also mean that, because the moon transits so quickly in every sign, um, it's more about the emotional fluctuations that you might go through, especially of the mind, anything that's
Mhm.
mind related. But again, it's not really personal. It's more something outside of yourself. Like it could be also something to do with water, um, something to do with emotions you sense around you, the people around you, especially foreigners. That's one thing. We also have here the asteroid ALTJIRA. Actually, ALTJIRA is not an asteroid. She is a dwarf planet way out there. Usually that signifies a shift in astrology. The when we refer to, I believe it is in the dwarf. Yeah, it is. So that means it's a new part of human consciousness. It's a new development. She often represents either emptiness, fullness, or witnessing, meaning just being present. So she's kind of she's tied to the primordial chaos or the beginning of time, when she's also about new with old. So that kind of makes sense that this is something new, but this is also bringing in something old. It's a transiting dwarf planet to your Eos, which Eos often represents new beginnings as well. So, um, because that's tied to you, you like to, one of your greatest philosophies, I would say, that gives you strength is kind of finding new ways to heal. For you, it's tied to healing. It's tied to the things that you enjoy. Um, but a lot of it is your healing to how you relate with humanity. But it's an ongoing thing. It's in retrograde, Chiron retrograde to Eos here. So it's always sort of like you're always starting fresh when it comes to your healing. So it's like
Okay.
finding new ideas, those kind of things. But Algiers here in transit shows me that there is something about, again, I don't know, just it might feel like you might, I don't know, I think it's gonna be there for a while. It's been there actually for a while. So you probably have been also going into the dark, working with your awareness, creative impulses, your inner sacredness, limitations or non-limitations. Again, beginnings but no end, or but endings but no beginning. It's kind of weird. It's
Oh.
ambiguity. So you probably have been going through ambiguous things, especially with foreigners. Your business, your philosophy is sort of shifting, but it feels
Mhm.
enigmatic. It feels mysterious. It feels like, I don't know what's going on here, right? So, um,
Okay.
a lot of it is also tied to anti-dogmatism, what's the other word for indoctrination, that kind of stuff. No labels. Um, Let's see. So maybe there's some sort of balance coming through. You're coming like almost like full circle and getting full circle here. Um,
Okay.
particularly with things that you enjoy. Yes, specific stewardship, especially specifically like towards nature. Algira was one of the I forgot which Native American nation she was the goddess of. She was the goddess of creation, right? So
Okay.
I forgot which nation she was in. Um, so she represents that. So she's transiting your ninth house. It could also mean that your inspiration, any dreams or visions you have, is most likely tied to this. Um, but again, because it's outside of yourself, I would say there's something to do more with travel. But because the moon is coming here too, there's something about something coming in terms of maybe. Hmm, one second. The moon will be transiting conjunct your Moira. So how you dictate where you go will also dictate how you feel about it. If that makes sense. Moira here is literally trying to your north node and also Balder and Tyr. So you're here to definitely experience how to relate more with people. You have a very your one of your natural skills is assertiveness. You're very drawn, you're very like I'll do this is how I want. But you're here to learn how to relate with more people instead of just being on your own. Um,
Okay.
and so that means that's why probably most likely, because you've already changed over time anyways. That's natural. Uh, I want to make sure I'm giving everything here. So when it comes to travel, because I feel like that's connected to the baby.
And
Uh,
I'm planning to travel in February.
okay, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, let's see here. It's still going to be in your ninth house, so that means there's some sort of generational things going on. So to answer your question, it's almost like I'm getting a yes here. But there's something about sustaining your energy, something about positions like hierarchy. I wouldn't say hierarchy, but some sort of like being in control per se, but not strongly in control. Um, if it's business related, it's something to do with executive members of your business, the CEO, kinship, working with communities or in groups, collectives. This includes, this includes also like something to do with substitutions, like including teachers. There's something that's going to be replaced, some sort of replacement there. Also, going back to the past, there's something about going back into your not necessarily ancestry, but sort of past history stuff. Um, again, entry points. She's about entry points, having that kind of stuff. So I feel like it is tied to at least knowing about it. It's in Gemini, so it's at least knowing about it. There's something connected to like siblings. There's sort of a connection to siblings. I don't know if you're traveling to see a sibling. So
No, I'm
okay,
traveling to go back home to India
yeah,
and to see what I I can do with my daughter to help her to conceive. She's not married or anything, so
okay,
she's trying it
okay.
through IVF. So that's why I
Invert.
wanted
Okay,
to.
got it. In vitro fertilization. Okay, that's
Yes,
fine. Okay,
yes.
that's fine. Because usually a signify here would what's it? 21 degrees. Oh, okay. Um, now that I'm looking at it, it's the transit Algira is actually trying to Eos and Moira, like not your own Moira in your chart. What that signifies to me is like, yeah, there's sort of a beginning of a new destiny. Moira are the fates in astrology. So, but hmm, I'm wondering if there's any square at all. No, I don't see any squares here. Not that I can see any. No strong planets are squaring the Algira here, so that means it should be technically fine. Um, but again, there's something about a new beginning. it's almost like you get to choose what you do with it, because it's tied to children as well. Here it's tied to. Hold on, let me look at what's happening with your daughter.
Do you want my daughter's date of birth?
No. I can look at it through this one.
Okay.
It'll be kind of like a new beginning for her, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. But if it's your child at one, yeah, it's pretty much coming out the same way. It's just I'm seeing here there's new beginnings, but there might be some sort of I'm hearing the word stewardship. When I saw that your stewardship here, I feel like there's something about stewardship with it. It's almost like
what does that mean?
Being responsible for something like a cause or person. Stewardship is making the choice to be in a state of you can either you protect someone, you take care of someone, or some sort of like you are a guard for some reason, right? So stewardship is that intention of pursuing that actual like a path or label. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing here. That's well, let me see what other parts I see here. 16 degrees. Yeah, I don't see anything that is conflicting unless I got 21 degrees. No, I don't see anything else. Yeah, it looks like it's for this chart. That's what I'm seeing here. But again, these are sort of external circumstances. I would say when it comes to, I would say this is more about your traveling. But again, this could still apply to your granddaughter and your daughter. Or sorry, did I say granddaughter? I meant grandchild. We don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't know the date of conception. If I could sort of look into it and see what I get in terms of usually it's 9 months, right? But
yes.
I didn't prepare for that one. I had to look into that one. Well, you know what? Let's try. Let's try. Just for the fun of it, I just want to see. I'm going to look at the basic planets here, and I'm going to look at your chart. Yep. Sorry. There we go. Okay, and then we look at technically. So do you know when she's getting when did she have the IVF?
It would be middle of February, early March. That's when they will tell us when to fly down, but not before middle of February would we fly down to India.
So do you know when the actual date
No, they
don't
haven't
know.
given the actual date as yet.
That's hard
it depends upon a couple of things, but the gynecologist said it also depends upon when she gets her periods or something before travel. It's
that's hard to
middle of February, first week of March.
Okay, that's hard weeks. Yeah, it's really hard to tell because it's like you kind of okay, we'll give it a try. Okay, so let's go with the last week of February.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, okay. Which would be, what is that? What's the first day of the last week of February? I'm going to look it up here as well.
Not sure.
The 22nd. Okay, I'm going to include the other. Okay, that also just include these.
So it looks, if it's 22nd, then it would be probably end of November, third week or last week of November. That works out to nine months.
Is that 9 months?
40
okay, February,
weeks.
March.
Yeah.
Let me change March, August. So Okay, let's try the last week of October.
Okay.
So 25th of October. Okay. Okay. So again, we'll look into your child's child. Okay, let's see here. Something. It's going to be something shocking. 5 degrees Uranus. Is it in an aspect to the moon? 5 degrees. What's in 5 degrees here? Oops. What did I do there? Oh, take those asteroids out. Okay, let's see here. 5 degrees. 5 degrees. Polus. There's something there. If the child will be born on that day, that's assuming it's the 25th of October. Sorry, I feel like I should say this. There's something about the child being born with a well, they can naturally transform any sort of toxins in their body, but depending on if it's October, then that would be late October. So let's see let's take a look at the moon here. No, that's not affecting their moon. Let's look at Mercury.
October,
Venus.
If it's February, then October would be around 8 months, not 9.
I put in the last because I went with the February 22, right?
Okay.
So, you have to count. Okay, sorry, that's right. So, no, that's right. You're right. Okay, got it. November 25. Sorry, my bad. Got it. Sorry, I'm counting the astrological way. Sorry. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yes, you're right. November. So November 25. Okay, got it. Now it makes more sense. The moon will be transiting the ninth house as well here, which represents your daughter's daughter. Typically, what to me also that means like birth, right? It's really motherhood. That would be more for something like that for you, like a young mother, because Uranus is right here. Okay, that kind of aligns more. Just 8 degrees. It's okay. It's trine Juno. Okay, that's cool. So that's good. So that shows that I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of like a commitment to taking care of this child. There's something. This I don't know, but the sun here will be. Where is this? The sun here. Oh, the baby will might if they were to be born on that day, even within that month, the next month they'll be like a Sagittarian, very active. Um, I can't tell which their ascendant would be, so I don't know what they would embody. So they would be kind of very athletic. So taking care of them would be sort of again, it depends. We don't know. I'm just guessing here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it does still kind of, in a way, but there would be something like a shocking news or shocking feeling, at least. Not news, more like feeling. But because it's Gemini here, there's something about news, information about the child. Actually, let's add the asteroid child here. That still connects to the child. Child here. Yeah, I would say if that's the case, predicting this, there would have to be either there's two things. If the child were to be born there, it would feel like the child will be something you have to put effort into taking care of.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
It would take a bit of effort to take care of this child, and it'll come naturally. Okay. More. Again, I'm looking at your chart here, so that means I'm looking at your chart. Through your chart, I'm looking at what things might happen for this child. but it feels like the mother might be again, she'll have to put effort into taking care of this
Okay.
child, meaning how to relate with it as well.
Okay.
um I'm seeing here Varuna is that even no, I don't see that here. No, I'm not going to include that. Let's see here. 8 degrees. Yeah, there's definitely connection to is I don't know. Yeah, there's a connection to a loyalty, at least of your child to her child.
Okay.
So she'll be quite a loyal mother to this child. Um, uh, one second here. Wondering if there's anything that might come up. 1 second. So we're getting a bunch of different answers for this one. You have definitely feels like a big yes, but I'm looking at the details. What else might is that turning? Okay, no. Oh, you'll probably provide such wisdom for this child too, though. You'll be like the typical grandmother.
Oh,
You'll also be loyal. You'll kind of be like very connected to this child. There's very a lot of air energy to this child. They might like to talk a lot. Be
okay.
very. There's something there. There's some wisdom that's coming in. I feel like there's something there, or either through you, but they're definitely. It feels very strongly that they're kind of very different and strange. People might think they're super strange, and you're like, you're way out of here. It's okay. Let's go back to the other charts that I dated for January the 1st, just for the whole year. Again, new beginnings for sure. Um, oh, the storytelling, that kind of makes sense to the child. Again, there'll be stories around this one. So, but I feel like, I don't know if this child, this grandchild, will like to be a reader. They might like reading. They
Okay.
like messages. They like that kind of stuff. They might even naturally channel. What else is here? Watch out for any sort of standards or standardization. Again, I feel like there's something about not control, but like rules regarding all this, right? Um, I don't know if rehabilitation might be part of this one. Maybe the child might come out first, like they need a bit of more help, right?
Sorry.
Again, I don't know if the child will need a bit or have help, as
Okay.
they're born, because again, it's in vitro, right? So we don't know. Okay, so the ongoing union, I'm seeing here the word joining and linking unions ongoing. There's a flexibility that has to take place here. Um, I'm tying this to your travel, so you are going. Um, oh, here you go. There's you go. Creativity, just offspring's children. So definitely something to do with children. There's something about red skin, long hair, or fair hair. Thin legs. I'm not sure about this one. There's something about thin legs. Okay. Maybe I don't know. Something about the bones.
Okay.
Maybe bones connected to the arms. Maybe not. Yeah. I feel like it's connected. Gemini rules his right here. Um, and also part of perception. There's something about that. Their height. Maybe the child will be considered tall or not tall. Um, I don't see a square to ALTJIRA, so that's a good one. I feel like maybe it is tall. They might grow up to be tall. Something about what either side of the body or both. Okay. Let's see here. Let's look at the other chart here that might show me. Okay. Aha. Yes. Okay. Even in the solar arc chart, it's showing me ALTJIRA is right there. So that's perfectly a good sign that it's new events coming through, a new child, a new rejuvenation, like kind of feels like it reminds you of your youth. It feels like, oh, okay. Um, is it tied to a second here? I don't know how to describe this one. I don't want to give you any sort of negative news or anything, but maybe the news might even be short-lived, as if, or the information might be short-lived. I'm not saying that they won't live a long time. I'm just saying there's something about Balder here. Like, but this could mean anything. Let's go into the asteroid Balder, because he is about fortune, fortitude. He's always told he's about invincibility. He cannot be hurt. Um, yeah, there's something about watch out for the head, the regulations that are set in place when it comes to like the hospital, people who are in charge, ruling bodies, whatever, head doctor, head physician, whatever they are. Watch out for those kind of things. There might be some sort of like conflict, but you still do get to decide naturally how you want to approach it. But what I'm seeing with Balder here is it's that thing.
Would it, what you're saying, would it mean that the child could have health problems once?
Yeah, there might be. I'm not sure. But again, we're talking about this is the 1st of January. So we're
Yeah,
not necessarily sure if it's that
yeah,
date again. So there could be health problems with the creation of the child.
yes,
I'm not saying the
yes,
child itself.
yes.
But again, there's some things that are short-lived here. Okay, maybe something to do with let's see here. Something to do with the arms, or something to do with the what do you call it? The bladder, or the what do you call that? The kidney areas. But this is yours, so I feel like, but it's still tied. There's something about that. Um, if it feels like it's gonna feel like this one is a child is kind of fated. It's like, oh, they're meant to be here, kind of thing. They've chosen to be here. True, certain truths will come out. Um, again, just take it as it is. Okay, we're not sure.
Okay.
There's so many possibilities that could happen between now and
Yes,
in that time. Um, but again, there's something about maybe it's a resurrection or a rebirth for you guys. This child will be kind of a symbol for that. Um, let's see here. So, one second. Like it'll be there's the philosophy of what you believe this to be with you and your daughter. I feel like there's something about watch out for feelings of where you feel there's threat. Don't go into that defeatism. Don't go into like don't give in to that kind of stuff, because the doctors might say that. I'm seeing here the words warnings, threats, defeats, battles. So again, this is dated for January 1st. So, right.
okay.
Watch out for hygiene, any sort of stuff like that. Any sort of spraining, sprained feet, bleeding, wounds, lethal wounds, how you eat also, because it is tied to the child's health. So even, the mother, it says here ripe fruit. I'm looking at ripe fruit, things that are natural. So a
Okay.
lot of natural foods. That the better. I'm not. It's not going to guarantee anything, because
Right.
We're all the child has come in here with the choice to be with this motherly figure. The soul
Yes.
came in, so we never know what journey they're going to let's really learn. We could look at their charts. Yes, I can know that, but I'm talking about in terms of you being a grandmother tied to
Yes.
this, right?
Yes.
So, um, yeah. So there you go. That's it feels like a big yes. However, there are certain things, like with anything, right? So,
Yes.
okay. Now I'm gonna go into the actual orrery chart, which will give me more or less the answer to your question. Let me use my cheat book. Okay, one second.
Okay.
Aha, there we go. Okay, So if I need, just in case I need anything here. So in this chart right here, you are represented by, should have shared the actual window there. Okay. Okay. So according to this one, you are presented by the ascendant to Jupiter. Let's take a look. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're delving into what's called traditional astrology. They have more specific rules about how to interpret the charts. They're more straightforward. They're not as interpretative as things as modern astrology is. So that's why I often consult this little book I have. Let's see here. Okay, the houses on. I feel like it is children, yes, but children. Let me double check. I feel like it is still the 9th house. Yeah, okay, so that's right. So that means we have to look into where the sun is here. We have Jupiter. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, the answer is yes. So it's a very simple one. I'm looking at it and the people are going to see it. You probably see the video later. The moon is often represents as the subset, as the not the alternative, the what did they call it here? It's always considered the co-ruler of the questions. Your question was, will I be a grandmother? That's the moon. There's nothing aspecting the Jupiter because that represents you, which is you will be the querent, and your query is tied to the 9th house, which is the sun. But the sun does not, there's no connection between the sun and Jupiter, but there is between the sun and the moon. Now let's take a look at if there's anything else. Is there anything else in the 9th house here? Just want to make sure. No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Very straightforward answer. The moon and the sun here are, the moon has basically, one second. Oh, that's perfect. There'll be a difference of 10 between 6 and 16, right? And I know you didn't ask me this question, and I'm just trying, I'm not supposed to technically do this, they say in astrology, but because once you've asked a question, once you've answered it, it's done. But I want to give you kind of like a timing because 10, between 10 and 6 is about 10 months.
Okay.
Approximately it says here, but between Leo and, because one is in one is in Leo and one is in Sagittarius. I want to make sure I'm getting that right. Next fastest. So yeah, that makes sense why it's 10 months. For some reason I'm getting here like 10 weeks too. I was like, that's way too soon. But even, I mean, makes sense with what we're doing. I'm using the horary chart to kind of add to the evidence. I'm seeing here 10 months here, which technically means it's very close to the date. So yeah, but you didn't ask that question in terms of when. I answered it for you. We don't usually do that. You guys, when you do horary, this is for my chart. When you do horary, don't answer the question that if it hasn't been posed, okay? So I hope that answers your question. Does that help at all?
Yeah, it does. It does help. Thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions about traveling that year? Do you have anything else? No.
No, nothing about traveling. We are going to India to do this IVF procedure, and that's about it. I have to be careful once they do the procedure for her for the return, because they say you have to be very careful because
Yeah.
you're going back up in the air. It's a long flight.
That's
So
right.
let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. How has it? Is there been? Yeah, that when I saw earlier about ALTJIRA has something different. There's something different about this one. Even the process itself. It's something your family has never done, right? I'm assuming.
No.
Exactly.
No.
There you go.
I've both my kids were natural
Conceived,
pregnancies,
naturally
but she
conceived.
is unmarried and doesn't want to get married, so she wants to do IVF. And I lost my son 3 years ago. So after that, it's been very, very sad atmosphere at home. So, and my son keeps coming to me. I do mediumship, so he keeps coming and he has a child with him, everyone says. And he didn't have a child, so that made me think perhaps he's trying to tell me
makes
something.
sense.
I
Yeah,
don't
makes
know.
sense. Yeah. I heard is his name have like a DER at the end of it?
His name is Kaizad, so AD, the last
Okay.
KAYZAD.
Okay.
That's his name.
Okay. No, just okay. He's not coming in. I don't feel anything.
Okay.
No. Well, hold on.
Do you do mediumship as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you like crackers?
When you say crackers,
Like
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm wondering if he has a message for you for this. Let me ask him if you have a message regarding. Am I just thinking that? He says, "Be careful, but you are held." Listen to your heart, but also your instinct. What do you want me to tell them? Something about someone having cancer?
Not my son. He didn't have cancer.
Something pop. I'm hearing the word pop. Something that happened, like pop. Popcorn?
About him?
Yeah.
His passing? You're asking about his passing?
No. He just mentions pop. I'm hearing pop.
Pop.
I don't know what that is. What do you mean by that? Is it popcorn? Yeah, I'm getting yes.
Pop.
Popcorn? Something like that? Like, I don't know what it is. Hold on. Close my eyes.
Pop can also mean his father. He used to call his father sometimes Pop.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did he like being carried?
When he was younger,
he liked being like this. He kind of like, but he's kind of like I'm getting this feeling of a lion, like a child, like peering out, looking like this while being carried. Okay.
Yeah, we used to carry him.
Okay.
Yeah,
He had curly hair.
No, his hair was pretty straight. Straight hair.
I'm just wondering. Okay. Did he like striped shirts? Or was he dressed in striped shirts?
He has a lot of striped shirts.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. He says thank you for those. He doesn't always like it, but but he does. It's okay. He says okay. Okay. What do you want to say in terms of the IVF? Anything else? You've said that. He's with you. Good. I'll bring candy. And he says, I'll bring candy to the...
Candy.
Okay, I'll bring... Candy. Okay, so he said, I'll bring candy to the event or something like that. He says, I'll bring candy or something like that. Okay, cool. Okay, well, thank you. I just wanted to see if there was a message. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. I'll see you later. Okay. Kaizad, thank you, Kaizad. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to add, I felt like I had to see what that was like.
Yeah.
See if we okay, cool. So he
He loved
supports.
candy. And
Mm.
just now, when you couple of times said, okay, Kaiser, he was like that. You had to tell him 10 times to keep quiet.
Oh, okay. Okay, that totally makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I see that here too. Yeah, he's very much. He's quite. He's very smart.
He was very
Very smart.
intelligent.
What I
Yes.
see here. Okay, cool. Goosebumps. Okay, it's definitely
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, he's. I feel like he's doing this jumping around thing. I think he's kind of excited for this. Like his nephew.
Okay.
Yeah, his nephew
Okay.
to be right. Nephew. Sorry, I'm not revealing the gender. I'm just
That's
saying.
okay.
I'm saying
That's okay. Anything is okay.
whatever. Okay, good.
I We are open. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for that. If you have any more questions, let me know. Sorry.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'll post this up, and if that's everything, then you can
Okay.
go. I'll let you go
Thank you
because it.
so much.
Oh, no
Thank you.
problem. My pleasure. If you have any more
Okay.
questions, like when it comes to the others, you have other freebies as well. I'm offering new free stuff.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
other stuff you can ask later. I
Okay.
might also change some of them because I I want practice on other things that I don't really practice on.
Okay.
So yeah. So well,
Okay.
I think
Thank you
it's
so much
no
for your
problem.
time and
No
your
problem.
energy. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, no, my pleasure. I love doing this, and it's a gift for me
Okay.
too. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you. God
I'll see you.
bless.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Neela,
Bye
for
bye.
blessings.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.
All right, so thank you for all that. That was very interesting. I've never done. Actually, I kind of did it earlier before, where I would do um, someone coming in. So I guess that's good. They're always here, anyways, right? So, but thank you for guys who will be watching this, whoever it is, doesn't matter. Um, this was always fun, and it's actually shorter than the usual readings I usually do. It's like, oh, less than an hour. But thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later, and I think that's it. Bye.